Hey there, guys. Anime Core 85 here, and today I decided to discuss more about the whole thing with woke culture because I think this is something that needs to be talked about. So last time I pretty much talked about the whole thing with Skullgirls and everything else, and I have like something else I wanted to like kind of add to it. Now, for those that are kind of like not in the know, there's a lot that's been going on currently. Recently, we had like the whole FTC thing happen a couple days ago or yesterday, where there was a hearing going on because obviously the FTC is basically trying to stop this whole Activision acquisition going through with Microsoft. And we also have the whole thing, as I said, with Skullgirls. And a lot of people are really still butthurt because the fact is that the new developers kind of pretty much have stated that they are not content with giving the fans what they want. Because obviously they're trying to basically please the ones that don't actually play video games. And I'm talking about the woke journos, okay? The woke journos are basically the ones that really are just there because they want everything to be censored. They don't want any fans of video games to be, excited, to be enjoying stuff that the consumer, the average consumer that's a gamer actually likes. Because why? I don't know. You ask me. Anyways, going on from there, I have to say that it's becoming like such a dilemma that by the time the next probably presidential election is going to happen, we're going to probably see a shift in the whole entire landscape of video games. It's just that's just the way how it's going to happen. Not to get on the political side because I really hate politics like with a passion, and politics is not really my thing in general. Okay, it's somewhat of a hot topic, and talking about politics kind of leads to either leads to one side of the aisle where basically you have like two sides basically hating on each other. You have these democratic people who are completely like stupid and they don't quite understand things, and then you have the most modernized people who are the Republicans, and they actually understand how people feel. And I'm like a centered person, and I always like to judge things on both sides of the aisle. Okay, when it comes to two different people, like a hero and a villain. Okay, both of them have their own like little things. Of both of them have their own sides of a story. Okay, in any video game, no matter if it's or a manga or an anime, there's always two sides to every story. Okay, there's the ones that every anime, every video game has a story. Okay, and without without telling both sides of the story, it kind of feels like one sided, and that's how it is for politics. Everybody cannot agree on everything. It doesn't, and that's just the way how it is. Like honestly, I hate politics. I hate everything, and yeah, I mean that's how I see it. And when it comes to something like Skullgirls, it becomes just such a freaking goddamn annoyance because everything I feel like everything it just has to be about not pleasing the consumers of what they want. And with this whole acquisition thing, I mean it's a good thing because people have people can make their own choice, and I mean it gives the consumer more choice, and honestly it's a good thing because I'll give you a good example. So during this whole FTC court hearing, there was an actual during this whole trial thing with the FTC because I think her name was like Lena Khan. She was being questioned by Congress, and one of the questions that actually came to me was actually kind of funny. It one of the questions was, oh, what is capitalism? And with a straight face, she was like, yeah, I'm not willing to give an answer. And because she obviously either A is stupid because she doesn't know anything, or she just literally like just refuses to answer. And she kept on dancing around like a lot of questions, and there were only a couple of Democrats that like were literally just kissing her ass, like literally. And honestly, at this point, I'm kind of like left wondering what the fuck is going on and everything. And capital and my definition is that capitalism is basically where companies want, they want money. It's where companies want money. More competition is given to the consumer, and everybody's happy. Money is good, everything. I mean, think about it this way, okay? You have Microsoft, you have Nintendo, and you also have Sony. After this whole entire thing that went through, it's just laughable. And honestly, I just... But yeah, other than that, I honestly have to say, it is absolutely ridiculous. And eventually, like a lot of the current developers for a lot of stuff that they're currently doing to gaming, everything is gonna come back. I mean, eventually, everything is gonna happen. Everything happens for a reason. And one thing that will change is eventually, once everything, maybe like once the next presidential election happens, we're gonna receive like we're probably gonna get back what we lost. We're pretty much like everything is gonna go back in reverse. Censorship will probably be a thing, even though a lot of these so-called critics will basically be like, no, 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 everything needs to be censored. We're supporting a wider audience, and it's like, what the fuck is the wider audience? Like, explain that to me in a sentence, because my whole definition is it's just activism. That's all it is. That is like literally all it is. It's nothing else matters at all. The average consumer, fan service is what pleases gamers. We love fan service. Fan service it's funny. It's nice to and besides, the whole thing with naked female characters is it's all about being ironic. That's the whole point. And yeah, at the end of the day, it's so incredibly stupid. And I don't understand this whole thing like at all. I mean, it just makes me question reality, and I cannot wait to see the whole bunch of backlash. More backlash is going to come eventually, and once that happens, eventually developers are going to have no choice but to basically please the actual fans, and they're going to just have to just face the truth. I mean, sex sells. It's part of life. I mean, hell, a lot of people enjoy looking at women naked. Like, literally, I mean, hell, even other women love looking at that. They love comparing themselves to other women. That's part of life. I mean, hell, and this whole what's it called? Diversity inclusion shit. It's gonna go away. It will. It's gonna go away, and it's never gonna come back. Well, I mean, it will. It will maybe like in the next decade again, but for now, everything is gonna eventually change back. And then you're gonna see companies with a lot more. You're gonna see a lot of companies eventually come back to full circle, where they're gonna eventually realize, hey, if we don't, if we don't start making money again, we're gonna go bankrupt. What's the next thing we can do? Oh, I know. Let's bring back fan service because our consumers are the ones that we should be supporting. We should not be supporting anybody that are not part of our fan base. In which case, these woke activists, because what else is there? These woke activists are absolutely just pathetic pawns. And even having our current president in charge is even not making the situation better. I mean, he's literally just a fucking goddamn tool. A tool at best. That's all he is. He doesn't have a brain at all. He's just a tool to be used. As George Carlin would say, politicians are there to think that you have choice. You don't. You have no choice. America has owners, and they own what I can't remember the rest of the quote goes, but essentially, you get my point. So, at the end of the day, all I can say is that it's going to come back. I mean, after all, karma does exist. I'm pretty sure, like, some people believe, like, these critics believe that karma does not exist. It does. It does. It will come back and bite them in the ass. And then, what are these critics gonna do? They're either gonna actually have to go back to college, or go get re-educated, and leave the gaming space. Because, I mean, hell, like, Biden, I think Biden, what he did was he kind of nominated Lena Khan to be the chairman, but she knows absolutely nothing. She does not have a what does she not have? She doesn't have any documentation that shows that that she's a well-trained lawyer. She's not. I mean, she was just put there because of some sort of assignment or whatever, or a reference thing or whatever, and that was pretty much it. She knows absolutely nothing. And one of the things that the FTC is responsible for is basically, protecting consumers. That's their whole point. Their jobs are not to stop any acquisitions or any acquisition merger going forward. That's not their job. But apparently she thinks it is. And yeah. But all I will say, at the end of the day, it's karma's a bitch. These woke activists are going to get what's coming to them. And the only people who are gonna have themselves to blame are themselves. I mean, all these woke critics are gonna have to go away. They're gonna probably have to go find a part-time job, or either go back to high school and understand about how things work in real life. I mean, hell, I went to high school and I learned some of the things I learned was about capitalism. Capitalism is all about growing money, being competitive with other companies, so that way everybody gets a piece of the pie. That's basically it. And without competition, it's pretty much it's game over. And if you have, and let's say all the companies themselves go out of business, what's going to be left for America? Nothing. I mean, we be entering into an era where everything gets destroyed because the money has pretty much ran out for a lot of these corporations, companies, and then of course there may be only two big players. I mean, in my mind, I have a much more better idea about how I want, if I were the president, there would be many things I would want to change. One is get rid of a union, get rid of everything. And each state or city has only one person leading the charge. Because after all, in order to bring peace to the world, everything has to be balanced. Right now, the whole entire thing has been tilt, okay? It's like if you look at an hourglass, everything has been tilted to only one side of the aisle. It's not everything is not fair, not balanced, and everybody is just so sick of it. Even like in movies, woke Hollywood is just awful in that regard as well, because a lot of these so-called actors are not really good, and there's so many goddamn movies like the Barbie movie. I saw the freaking preview when I went and saw Super Mario. It's not that good. It looks horrible. And at the end of the day, we're almost like we're getting down to the wire where eventually people are still, they're putting their foot down and saying, no, I'm not going to support this product because it does not line with what I like. I want to see boobs. I want to see ass. I want to see a whole bunch of these such and such, and that's basically it. And yeah, so that's basically my whole take on this whole situation. Eventually, Skullgirls the developers for Skullgirls are gonna have to face the music. They're gonna have to come to a better understanding about how things stand right now. But yeah, other than that, feel free to voice your opinions in the comment section down below. And share your opinions, but it's most likely going to come back to realization where it's not going to work anymore. People are tired of it. I'm tired of seeing all my stuff getting censored. I would love to play maybe if Team Ninja were up to it, I would love to see the next Dead or Alive being like completely uncensored. It would make me happy. But yeah, other than that, yeah. So feel free to voice your comments in the comment section down below. I'm sorry if there's like so many pauses within this video. I'll definitely try to fix that within the editing process. But yeah, if you wish to help support my channel, definitely click the like button, hit the bell icon, and of course, if you like to, as well, feel free to definitely come back for more videos. I do Let's Plays and other stuff, even though I haven't been doing a lot of Let's Plays recently because of other stuff that I have on my mind. But I'll get back to it probably next week, so you guys can expect to see some fresh new content. I'm going to try and get back into making more videos again, because I kind of miss making fresh content, so there you go. And yes, I know you guys have been enjoying watching me crash multiple times, but that's all I can say for this video. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time, alright? This has been Anime Core 85, and follow me on social media, hit the like button, hit the bell icon, with all notifications enabled, so that way you get videos eventually back on a weekly basis, alright? Till then, see you guys next time. Take care.